Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and a new beginnings. This is a love story. So, welcome everybody. I've been waiting forever to play this game since Markiplier played it, honestly. And it finally released on Xbox. I'm not sure where the best place to put this is, so. Alright, let's just start this, see how it goes. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget this, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to live off a monarch. Viva la let's go with... Have you considered...
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Well, that didn't really answer my question.
Let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Fair enough.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. We're not going to go through with this, right?
Oh,
She's
shit.
a princess. We're supposed to save princesses,
Who are
not
you?
slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, we're gonna grab the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Oh, cool, I got the blade in my hand now in the corner. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi, just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Continue downstairs.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Not, I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Still your nerves and step forward. I haven't decided
How
yet.
about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it, tighten your grip. I'm gonna drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I agree. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've talked enough. A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
How would I get you out of here? I'm supposed to be here.
Don't just tell her that.
Why not?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Well, no, they haven't. So that's a good point. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than am I inclined to trust them. Not so true. I was hoping you'd tell me. I've been told enough. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? Deflect. Let's deflect.
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful.
Fair
At
enough.
the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Honestly, I think she's right. That checks out.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust.
I don't really like
So
this
do you
narrator
trust
guy.
me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
I also don't like the way she said
She's
that.
wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
How would I get you out of
You
here?
can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why.
I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Sounds like a terrible idea. You know, the game is called Slay the Princess.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
Uh-oh.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
I think that was the wrong choice. Chapter 2, The Tower.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. But I died. What am I doing here? She's gonna kill me again. Proceed to cabin, turn around, and leave. She's gonna kill me again.
People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
You'd be wrong.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die.
That sounds extremely painful.
What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless. She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would. If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains, and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end. Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Alright, let's just go to the cabin. That was a lot of yap.
A warning. Before you go any further,
Yeah,
she
we
will
know.
lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm not being a pessimist.
Oh,
I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
I don't know, that sounds kind of fun, though.
I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
Alright,
If that's
proceed
what
into the
you
cabin.
want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Yeah, that's right. I'm in control.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its
Holy.
humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your
I'm
implement.
not gonna have to climb a
You'll
ladder
need
to
it
get
if you
that.
want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade
There's a mirror
sitting
right
on
there.
the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse.
Damn, definitely not the life of the party.
For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal.
Oh, thanks.
Probably. Do you not know what we look like? He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
That's a good point, actually. Does he not know what we look like? I don't really care. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. Yes.
Please don't. I'd rather the princess kill us again than see how dreadful we are.
No, we are very handsome. We need to
I
go
care less
look.
about what we look like and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
It's actually a mirror.
This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left
This dude.
unseen.
This whole cabin's different from last time. Take the blade. Do I want to take the blade this time? Yeah, we'll take. Oh. Yeah, we'll take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Into the basement. Holy, maybe I shouldn't have taken the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Okay, whatever you say.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming.
That's what I was thinking.
She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
That's very true.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Continue down the stairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You've brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop it. I'm not trying to get...
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor. We didn't have to do that. And yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm not trying to get my bones broken again. Nah, I'm not kneeling.
But the words don't leave your mouth. Instead, your legs buckle and your knees hit the floor.
Should make me.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson.
To be fair, I did try to slay her. She just broke every bone in my body.
You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she?
I don't think there's anything I can do at this point.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her?
That's what I was thinking. Look at her.
Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want. I'm not gonna help you end the world. I'm yours to command. Pledge yourself to her. Let's test this.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
Okay. What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
You can't break them yourself. You just caused me to kneel. I didn't even want to. Oh, there we go.
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
What happened to you after I died? I'm not going to help you in the world. Let's test this one.
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Okay.
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps. Or a pet.
That doesn't really answer my question. At all. Alright, well, we're going to pledge ourselves to her.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
Yeah, pretty much.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you, where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine. Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
What the heck?
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Alright, just break her chains, because we got clearly no other choice here.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
I like disciple more than pet. I don't need to know what happens. I would rather not. Oh, oh, oh. But you do not take her hand. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. The mirror.
She's gone. Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the
I'm
mirror.
begging you, don't do this.
Why? The mirror
It's
never scared you
different now.
before.
It feels, I don't know, final. I don't want to look at us.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence has reached forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Oh, it's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. What cabin? You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Destroy your body. I don't know about that. The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for an overwhelming heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Interesting. Are you what sent me to slay the princess, or are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Fair enough. You're not the princess, clearly, but let's ask.
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
That's also a good point. Let her out of there. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
That they're there? Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I just scanned her. I'll find a way to kill you. How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Alright, aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Alright, let it be. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Okay.
You won't.
So I just die like that. And we are going to end the episode there. I appreciate you guys watching. I've been trying to play this game forever, so this is pretty cool to play it. I should have episodes coming out daily, possibly. Maybe every 2 days, something like that. Not much to edit, because I'm just going to play it through. Let me know where you want the camera. That's going to be a big part, like where the camera's best at, because it's going to block something at some point with the console version. But make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Bye.